Hello everyone, my name is Expertin and welcome back to my channel. Now for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a few items in the Eververse store, or simply just at the tower that you might want to pick up in Destiny 2 for the week of November 14th. Now on the main section of the Bright Dust store, the first item we have is the exotic emote, the red light, green light. This is a pretty nice exotic emote. It's very similar to the Simon Says game if you're familiar with that. It's a fun little game that you can play with your friends in game. The next item we have is the exotic weapon ornament, the Vigil for Saint 14. For the exotic pulse rifle, the Vigilance Wing. Here's what it looks like. The next item we have is the highly commendable Transmat effect. This is a cool Transmat effect. It makes the same commendation sound that will be made whenever you commend a guardian, and it also changes colors. The next item we have is the Colep Terra shader. That's what it looks like. And lastly, the last item on the main section of the Bright Dust store, we have the Breezy Clear shader. Now for the Bright Dust section in the Eververse store, the first item we have is the hoverboard emote. This is a cool hoverboard emote for your guardian to display in game. So if you like hoverboards in real life, you might like this. The next item we have is the glow stick dance. This is a funny little emote for your guardian that has two glow sticks in your guardian's hands, as you can see here. Pretty cool. The next item we have is actually 3 exotic armor ornaments, 1 per class, depending on which class that you're on. So depending on what class that you're on, whenever you visit this page, it will vary. Now if you're on Warlock, we have the Tyrian Gloves exotic armor ornament. For the exotic gauntlets, the Converse hold. Here's how it looks. This is a pretty nice ornament. It has a Queen's Guard look to it. Pretty nice. For the Titan's exotic armor ornament for this week, we have the Reticle Lock ornament for the Ambient Leap exotic boots on the Titan. Now on this ornament, it has like a Braytech theme on the boots, and it also has canisters on the side. This is a pretty cool ornament. And lastly, for the hunters, we have the Nucleosynthetic Sheath exotic armor ornament for the Caliban's Hand exotic on hunters. Now on the right side, it has these metal plates, and on the left side, it has a wire coming down in 2 knives. This armor ornament is very reminiscent of Batman's power gloves, so if you like Batman, definitely pick this up. Moving on from the 3 class-specific exotic armor ornaments, we have the Blight or Flight exotic ship. This is one of the nicest looking ships in the game. As you can see, it has a blighted effect on it, and this is what the boost looks like on it. Now this ship is very nice, and it looks like the Witherhoard exotic grenade launcher, as you can see here. The next item we have is the Wasteland Racer exotic vehicle. This is what the vehicle looks like, and that's the boost on it. Next up, we have an exotic weapon ornament for the Ley Monarch exotic bow called the Infinite Quiver. This is a really cool looking animated exotic ornament for the Ley Monarch bow, where the textures on it actually move and change over time. Pretty cool. Next up, we have the Sylvian Projection Ghost Projection. This is a beautiful looking ghost projection. As you can see, it has flowers and plants. Pretty nice. And in the second row, the first item we have is the Ossified Entrance Transmat effect. It looks like a bone spiral. The next transmat effect we have is Up in Smoke. That's a very smoky looking transmat effect. And the last transmat effect that we have is the Traveler's Wake. As you can see there, it has like a Traveler explosion to it. Pretty cool. Now there's actually 4 shaders in the Eververse store page. The first one is called Time Honored. That's what it looks like. The second shader we have is the Atmospheric Glow, one of my personal favorites. This is one of the best looking green shaders in the game. It looks really nice on any armor that has any lighting effects on it. The third shader we have is the Chrome Stock, and that's what that shader looks like. And lastly, we have the Metropolitan Acoustic shader. Now there's actually one more shader that I want to recommend to you guys to pick up this week in Destiny. However, it's over at the tower, so let's take a look at it. So at the tower, if you go to Ada 1, she has a returning shader available.
Welcome back.
The name of this returning shader is the Genotype Null 0. This is a very nice shader. This shader used to be available back when Mars was still in the game from the Escalation Protocol public event, which was once very popular. It has a nice texturized Warmind aesthetic to it. But yeah, definitely make sure you get this shader as it may not be available in the future. And lastly, guys, the last thing that I want to mention about this week is that this is actually the last week that you can partake in Iron Banner this season. So if there's any Iron Banner weapon rolls or armor rolls that you're still hunting, make sure to play some Iron Banner this week, as this is the last chance for you to do that. But otherwise, that's going to do it for today's video. Drop a like on this video and subscribe for more content.